choreography to those magic changes. It's super simple. I'm not sure who's in this scene, so this would be a question for Meg. So when she knows who's in this scene, she can decide who the backup dancers are, but right now I would like all the girls to learn it. Okay? So, actually, everyone learn it, because she might want some guys behind him too. So, those magic changes. This is where he starts with the C, 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 A minor, F, 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 G, 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 G7. So during all of those, I don't want you to do anything. You guys are just standing around watching him play the guitar and seeing if he can actually sing this song. So nothing happens during that. When he finally gets into the song, what's that playing on the radio? I would like you guys to start to get into place behind him. So you're kind of all standing around him, like staggered, while he's trying to show you guys that he can play the guitar. And then I want you guys to kind of like form a nice little area behind him. Right now we'll make it a line. If there's a bunch of you standing behind him, we'll give you several lines in front and behind each other. So, what's that playing on the radio? You'll be getting into place. Why do I start swaying? You're still pretty much getting into place, but you should be all the way in place by swaying. To and fro is right and left. To and fro. Okay? So, what's that playing on the radio? Why do I start swaying to and fro? Okay? Then, I have never heard that song before, is still the swing, and it's usually 4 per phrase. So it's, you just did right, left, then it's why do I, oops, I never heard this song before, but if I don't hear it anymore. So that's 8. Going right, left, right, left, right, left. Okay? Then, it's still familiar to me. You're going to step with your right foot, step out. It's still familiar to me. And you're going to do a safe mode. A safe arm motion. So, it's still familiar to me. Step back in. So it'll be, it's still familiar to me. The next line is sends a thrill right through me. Same thing, but to the left. So it's your left foot stepping out and doing safe in that direction. Sends a thrill right through me. And make sure to step back. So let's put all that together. What's that playing on the radio? Why do I start swaying to and fro? I have never heard that song before, but if I don't hear it anymore, it's still familiar to me, sends a thrill right through me. So make sure you step back in at the end of that phrase so you can step out and you don't end up doing the splits. Alright? Then, what else? Because those chords remind me of, I want you guys to do some nostalgia. Because those chords remind me of, so the same thing we did for Alma Mater and Alma Mater Parody. Because those chords remind me of, it's just you're thinking of it. Then the night that I first fell in love, 2 is hugging yourself. The night that I first fell in love, 2, and just do a little shimmy. So how that will work, we'll do it from the safe arm motions. Still familiar to me, sends a thrill right through me. 1, 2, 3. And it's still familiar to me, sends a thrill right through me. Okay? And then of course I didn't keep going, so let's try that again. 1, 2, here we go. It's still familiar to me, sends a thrill right through me, because those chords remind me of the night that I first fell in love too. Okay? Then, those magic changes, my heart arranges. Those magic changes is putting your hands up and shimmering down. Those magic changes. Okay? My heart arranges is just grabbing your heart. My heart arranges and interlacing your fingers. My heart arranges. A melody that's calling my name, that whole part. That's never the same a melody that's calling your name. All of that is swing. So, let's go through that real quick. from the night that I first fell in love too. So you're hugging yourself. The night that I first fell in love too, then up, those magic changes. My heart arranges. Then you're back to the sways. A melody that's never the same. A melody that's calling your name. Okay? The next line is, and begs you please, come back to me. That's super easy. You'll turn your body so that the front of your body is facing stage left. Your face will still be facing towards the audience. And you will just bring your arm up, let your arm float up. So, and begs you please, come back to me, let it float back down. Then, same thing on the other side. Please, return to me. Okay? And if you're at an angle, that's fine. You don't have to turn like so much to one side. So, let's go through all of that from the beginning. So, what's that playing on the radio? 1, 2, 1, 2. And what's that playing on the radio? Getting into place. Why do I start swaying to and fro? I have never heard that song before, but if I don't hear it anymore, it's still familiar to me, sends a thrill right through me, because those chords remind me of the night that I first fell in love too, those magic changes. My heart arranges a melody that's never the same, a melody that's calling your name and begs you please, come back to me, please, return to me. Okay? Then, we go back to those same right step, safe arms, left step, safe arms. So, don't go away again, same thing. Don't go away again, step in, oh make them play again, step in. Okay? The music I long to hear is the same thing, the nostalgia. The music I long to hear, as once again, you whisper in my, the second you get to ear, is when you go back to the sways. My ear, da da, da da, and then you'll just sway, because this is a really nice vocal moment for the person singing, so let them have it and just sway. And you'll sway all the way through, I'll be waiting by the radio, you'll come back someday, I know. Okay? So, how that works, let's go from, my heart arranges a melody. So, we just did those magic changes, right? Yeah, those magic changes. My heart arranges a melody that's never the same, a melody that's calling your name and begs you please, come back to me, please, return to me, don't go away again, oh make them play again, the music I long to hear, as once again you whisper in my ear, dun dun dun, he has that high note, oh my darling, then you just sway, keep swaying, do, 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 do. Then it's, I'll be waiting by the radio. You'll come back to me someday, I know. Okay? Then, been so lonesome since your last goodbye. It's the same safe arms. Been so lonesome since your last goodbye. But I'm singing as I cry, yeah, yeah, yeah. So, but I'm singing as I, and you're going to stay in this position. Cry, yi, yi, you're going to wring your hands. So it's going to look like, but I'm singing as I cry, yi, yi, yi. Okay? Then, moving on, while the bass is sounding, while the hearts are pounding, while the bass is sounding, while the drums are pounding. While the bass is sounding, right hand on heart. While the drums are pounding, left hand on heart. Beating of my broken heart is 4 beats. Beating of my broken heart. Then you're going to, while you're doing those beats, get your hands into a little bird formation. We'll climb to first place on the charts as your heartbeat is flying away. We'll climb to first place on the charts. So do it 2 up to the right on the charts. Then, oh my heart arranges is just letting your hands float back. So we'll climb to first place on the charts. Oh my heart arranges. And then you'll sway again. Oh, those magic changes. Stay. And then, oh, 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 and then you sway until the very end. And that's it. Okay? So, let's run through that whole thing as much as we can, and then we'll be done. So, let's, okay. Now, C, 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 A minor, F, 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 G, 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 G7. Then he goes, what's that playing on the radio? Why do I start swaying to and fro? I have never heard the song before, but if I don't hear it anymore, it's still familiar to me, sends a thrill right to me, 'cause those chords remind me of the night that I first fell in love too. Those magic changes, my heart arranges a melody that's never the same, a melody that's calling your name and begs you, please, come back to me, please. Return to me, don't go away again. Oh, make them play again. The music I want to hear, as once again you whisper in my ear. Do, do, do. Oh, my darling, da da da. There's a little bit of swaying with music. He does a little high note, dun, 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 dun. I'll be waiting by the radio. You'll come back to me someday, I know. Been so lonesome since our last goodbye. But I'm singing as I cry, 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 cry. Then it's while the bass is sounding, while the drums are pounding, beating of my broken heart will climb to first place on the charts. Oh, my heart arranges. Oh, those magic changes. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 and then it's the end of the song. And you just keep swaying until his last note. And then there's a bum, bum, bum at the end, and you can do a little shoulder action or a little hip action, whichever you want. Just make it small and little, because you guys are the backup dancers. That's the whole thing.